Hey, Tim Sykes here. The last day of 2017 is upon us. I'm excited for 2018. There's so many freaking plays. If you've been watching my watch list lately, I have 15, 20, sometimes even 23 or 25 stocks in a day to watch. It's a little overwhelming. We're in a hot market. And the best thing is that there's so much opportunity to make money and to learn every single day. If you don't know what you're doing, a lot of you guys are newbies. A lot of you guys are just starting to get used to these plays. It's a great time to just start to get comfortable with the volatility. It's all a process. And the reason why I'm showing you this chart in this video is this is Tim Grittani, my top student, $5.8 million in profits. And you can see here it's accelerated. He made over $2 million in 2017. He started with just $1,500 of his own money 6 or 7 years ago. I think 7 years ago now. It's pretty remarkable what you can do. He has passed me in total profits, and I want all of you guys to pass me in profits. That's my goal. I'm not angry. I want you guys to do better than me. I am not the best trader in the world. I do believe that I am the best teacher in the world, and that's why I mainly focus on teaching these days. I still trade. I had a pretty good year, making roughly $250,000. I should also mention this is the final 24 hours for this holiday sale on all these newsletters and DVDs. Please, and the DVDs are streaming or hard copy, whichever you prefer, please take advantage of it. Seriously, you really need to study up and make 2018 the best. The reason why I made $250,000 this year, even while traveling, I visited roughly 24 countries. So I'm trading and traveling. I'm actually filming this from Mexico. I just recently lost my laptop, my backpack. I'm bumming a friend's laptop. I have to go figure out my passport situation. I'm not in a great spot, and yet I am still profiting nearly every single day. I made $5 grand the other day because I have been prepared. And that's what I want from you. If by the end of this video lesson you understand that, please do leave a comment underneath the video saying 2018 is my year. I want you to see it, and I want you to do what it takes to actually make it, to do what's required. And that is having the right mindset, going in with a plan on every single trade. You know, QIWI was my last trade of the year. Made roughly $1,000. Guess what? It went up another $2 a share after I sold. So I played it way, way, way too safe. Any kind of blockchain or Bitcoin news is spiking stocks a ridiculous amount right now, and it's pretty awesome. So anyways, this is my $250,000. Tim Grittani, congrats to him. You know, he's moving around too. He lives in the Caribbean. His island got hit pretty hard by the hurricane, so he's been displaced, and he's trading from the road. But you can see here, year to date, 2.2 million in profits. Freaking awesome. And he's playing the Bitcoin plays also, RIOT, MGTI, DPW, GBTC. I mean, almost all Bitcoin cryptocurrency plays. And that is what is hot right now. In the past, we've seen medical marijuana, although those stocks are getting hot again. We've seen shipping stocks. We've seen low float. Right now, it's all about blockchain and Bitcoin. And you don't need to understand everything about it. You just need to understand the patterns. A lot of you guys are asking me, where are these patterns? They're in these guides. Penny stocking part 2, penny stocking framework. These are required watching. And I'm working on these 2 new guides, Trader Checklist part 2 and Penny Stocking Framework part 2. Right now, they will be done in the next 2 weeks. I'm so freaking excited. They're 50% off right now on the pre-sale. This will all end, okay? So I brought it up every single day for the past few days. You have no excuse not to take advantage of these sales. If you're going to invest in your education, you might as well save. Anyways, congrats to Tim Grittani. Also got to congratulate other students. Roland Wolf, he still has a few trades to upload. He just passed 500,000 in profits. He started the year with 4,000, okay? And he's trading a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency stocks. Mark Crook, I know he needs to update his chart, but he's closing in on 1 million. He's going to be one of my, newest millionaire students if he keeps up, and I'm excited for that. Also, it's not just about big gains. I want to make this video because there's a specific trend that's happening right now. Because of all these plays, people who have been losing pretty consistently have really turned it around. And it's not just 1 or 2 students, it's hundreds of students. I'm going to bring up a few examples. Here's John Papa. Look at this, okay? A lot of people are in this kind of zone where you're losing a little, it's frustrating. You might have a little win here, there, a little win here, there, a little win, but you can see it's pretty gradual down. And then look at this. In the past month, in the past 2 months, since November 15th, okay? So we're talking about a month and a half. On a $7,900 account, he's profited $16,000. How is this possible? How is this chart turned around? It's because the plays are there. The volatility is there. If you learn to lose small, and losing small is different for everybody. I wouldn't like to lose 16,000. Some people lose, 6,000 or 600. You're practicing, you're getting used to the volatility, you're getting used to cutting losses quickly. And it's not a fun process, but you need to go through that process. It's not optional, okay? You can't just ignore learning the process. You can't just not know how to cut losses quickly, because that process, that discipline is what's going to turn it around when there are good plays. In the past month and a half has been outrageous. Look at this. All year long, he's losing, and now he's made it all back in a month and a half, and now he has the process too. So forget about just getting back to even. Like people will say, well, he's put in a lot of work. He's just about break even. He's put in the work. He's learned the process, and now he's learned how to make, $8,000 per month. So as long as there are good plays, he will keep theoretically doing this. Now, you don't know if the good plays are going to continue or not. You can't hope. You can't bet on it. You just have to take it one play at a time. This is what I've always said. But I love seeing this. Congratulations to John Papa. He's been studying hard. It's not just him. Look at this. Here's Corey. I freaking love this. He was down 13,000 October 1st, okay? Was down 13,000. Now he's back plus 300. Same exact kind of chart. Look at this. It happened at the exact same time. These are two totally different people. They don't know each other. But the beautiful thing is that once there are plays, if you trust me, if you actually study these patterns, and if you get used to cutting losses quickly and you get used to taking singles, it's amazing how quickly you can make back your losses. And many of you guys don't even see this. I get all these messages. I get everyone telling me what's happening. It is an exciting time right now. So props to Corey. Even Steven Johnson. Look at this. Same exact chart. He actually started getting better in October because he's been making so many videos all about his challenge. He lost for all of his shenanigans and mistakes. He only lost $4,000, which, again, losing $4,000 sucks. But if you can learn the process and you can learn discipline and it only costs you $4,000, that's market tuition. And now he's made it all back in 2 months. He says next step, 1,000, then 10,000, then 100,000. Calm down, Steven Johnson. Okay, you just got back to break even. I would not set huge milestone goals right away. Obviously, it's good to have goals like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, but take it one trade at a time. He also got cocky the other day, and he lost like $1,500, his biggest loss ever. So it's very easy to get humbled by the market once you forget the rules. So I don't want that happening to you. I want you having these kinds of, exponential profit graphs, but just remember, any one trade can set you back or take you out of the entire game if you're not careful. So just because you learn the process, that doesn't mean that you can then rest on your laurels, you can then get lazy. Every single day is a grind, and I want you to be prepared for what this game is about. I want you to be prepared for 2018. I also got to give props to Ed Bogey. He didn't have big losses. He's actually been in my challenge for 3 years. And don't feel like you have to learn everything inside of like 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. Even Tim Grittani, you have to remember, who has made, again, $5.8 million, okay? It took him 9 months just to be consistent. And now he is arguably the best trader in the world on a percentage basis over the past 5 years. His first 9 months were break even. So don't feel like you have to rush this. So many of you are like, I'm just not getting it. It's been 6 months. I should get it by now. No, you fucking shouldn't, okay? It takes time. Ed, and this isn't a knock on Ed, it took him a few years. But look at how it starts to add up. And some people knocked him when he posted this chart, like 3 years and you only made 46,000. You have to learn the process first. This is very front end loaded with getting the studying down, getting the knowledge down, practicing with good plays, waiting for the good plays. learning to avoid the bad plays. And then once you put it all together, that is how you grow your profit chart. And that's why I'm so excited right now, because it's all happening. It's all converging after years. And many of you guys are just starting now, and you don't maybe have these profit graphs because you're just starting. You have to go through the same process that all these guys did. Whether you learn to break even like Ed, or if you learn to lose 4,000 like Steven, or if you learn to lose 13,000 like Corey, or if you learn to lose 16,000 like John. These are 4 examples of people who lost. Oh, also Master Roshi. I forgot about Jordan. He just passed the $50,000 profit. He was down, I think like 5 or 10,000, but he's made it all back, and now he's profitable. He's made 23,000 since my Orlando conference 3 months ago. So now he's averaging 7,000 a month. So this is what it takes. I know it's not ideal. I know it's like people want to make $7,000 a month right away. I don't make the rules, okay? I'm just creating these kinds of students who learn discipline, and everybody learns discipline in different ways. All I can say is cut losses quickly so that your market tuition is lessened. I'm very proud of my charity work, the Bali Children's Project. I built 6 schools with them. We now have 36 schools built or in development with my charity. My goal is to build 1,000 schools. But they posted this nice thing. I'm sorry, I didn't thank them. They call it the Timothy Sykes Effect. I'm bringing this up because this is the Timothy Sykes Effect on all these students right here. Jordan, Ed, Steven, Corey, John, Roland, Tim Grattani. The Tim Sykes Effect, and it's weird to even say my name in the third person. I'm not like a crazy egotistical athlete. But the effect is that hopefully, what I want it to be an effect on you, is that you will study your ass off, and you will understand that this is a grind, and you will understand that it's you versus you, okay? To make 2018 the best it can be, you can't control the number of plays. You can't control if there's going to be good plays or bad plays. You can't control if it's going to be a ridiculously hot market like it is now, or if it'll slow down. All you are in control of is you. And hopefully I can influence you to study. You know, when I post on Instagram, when I post on Twitter, and I say no days off, you can get ahead of other people. You can take charge of yourself by studying. The reason why I have so many guides here, the reason why we have newsletters, is because the studying never stops. Even when you do have, you know, a profit chart like this, like John, okay, he's on the right track. That doesn't mean he's victorious. He's only made $130, but he's on the right track. And even me, 2 decades in, I'm still learning. I'm still studying. I'm still getting used to it. But the cool thing is it gets easier. You know, once you start understanding the process, once you start understanding, okay, blockchain is the hot sector right now. Maybe AI will be the next hot sector. Maybe virtual reality or augmented reality. You know, they've been teased in the past, but the stocks really haven't spiked as much as blockchain. I don't know what the next hot sector is going to be. I don't care. Once you learn the process, the stock market does not just have to be a guessing game like it is for so many people. Everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin's so hot right now. What's next? I don't know. I don't care. Play what's hot right now while it's hot. If you take advantage of the patterns, if you take advantage of the volatility right now, you will profit, because there are so many freaking plays right now. It is insane. The day that I made $5,000 the other day, I made 5 trades. And some people are like, Tim, aren't you over trading? Maybe, you know, but I could have made 10 trades that day. There were so many plays, and excuse me, I only took small pieces. It's QIWI. I mean, this could have been triple or quadruple the profit. FFMRF, I did a pretty good job. I made like 30% on a dip buy. I took the meat of the move there. DPW, I was wrong about. I thought that it would spike on the last day, and it just didn't. WNDW, I was a little too early. Although later it bounced $2 a share, so I was on the right track. LINU, you know, I'm buying this thing at what, 212, I think my execution was. Yeah. And I sold it, made my 25%. It went up another 25%. So learn to take profits and learn that it's okay to be a little too early. But that's it. There's so many plays, and you can get ahead. Study today. I'm filming this on a Sunday. Study today. The market is closed tomorrow on Monday. Study, okay? Do me a favor. Go watch Trading Tickers by Tim Grattani is a must-watch. My How to Make Millions is a must-watch. These 2 new DVDs I'm working on, and this trilogy, Penny Stocking Part 2, Penny Stocking Framework. Watch it. while the market is closed, today, tomorrow, at night, every night. That is how you get ahead. That's how people like Roland are doing this. A lot of people are like, how is he doing this? Roland spends the most time out of any of my students on Profitly. Literally. I see how much time you guys study. And I can see when some people email me like, oh, Tim, I'm going to study. I'm going to be your next millionaire student. Then I look at the amount of time that they spend on the site. Nope. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but unless you back it up with action and hours, it doesn't matter. And also, it's not just about hours. Some people are like, hey, Tim, let's create a leaderboard of students who study the most with the most hours. I guarantee you people will start gaming that. It's not just about the number of hours. It's about how much you learn and what kind of quality of education. Are you taking notes? Are you watching the DVDs and the guides twice? Are you sometimes watching it 3 or 4 times because some of this stuff is kind of weird? Or are you asking me, and I get this question all the time, Tim, there's so much material, can you just put like a fast forward button and, play the DVDs at 1.5 times speed? No! Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to rush your education. Stop trying to cheat. In order to get a profit chart like this, in order to grow your account 100 times, don't think that it's going to be easy. Roland studies 17 hours per day, almost every single day. And only after a year or two now has he started to drop the numbers because, again, it gets easier. He's watched all of the challenge webinars. Tim Grattani has given over 50 challenge webinars. Roland has watched all of them, sometimes twice. Okay? Mark Crook, I closed his little chart. He watched all of my video lessons 3 times. That's why we have categories for my video lessons, because of Mark Crook. I'm not the most organized person, as evidenced by my losing my backpack with my laptop, 3 phones, and my passport, and some cash, and it sucks. You guys need to be meticulous, okay? There is no way to cheat the process, and you shouldn't be looking for that. Everybody who emails me, hey, Tim, is there any way to cut down the learning time? I say, watch everything twice. Watch this new video lesson twice. Memorize it. Repeat it backwards to me. If you want crazy success in the stock market, you're going to have to put in crazy amounts of effort and work. And the cool thing, and I know I'm not making this sound fun. Some of you guys are like, fuck this, it's not worth it. That's fine. It is not fun trying to get rich. It is not a fun process. It's not like, hey guys, I'm trying to get rich. I'm studying. I have to leave family events early. I have to get less sleep. I have to be stressed out because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and I'm trying to study. Hey, it's such a fun process. It is not. Okay? Could you sense the sarcasm in my voice? It is not a fun process. The fun begins once you have put in the hard work. The fun begins once you put in the hard work and you see the rewards for that hard work. People like John, they're loving life right now. He made over $4,700 on the last day of the year. Do you know how exciting that is? Especially after months. I mean, look at this graph. This is his profit graph. The reason why it's so choppy, he's made a lot of trades. 300 trades. He's only winning 42% of the time. But when it clicks, it really clicks. And you guys need to get to that point where it clicks. You don't have to, but that is when it starts to get fun. Okay? Roland is now having fun, where he's making $5,000, $10,000, sometimes $20,000 in a day. And it hasn't always been fun. John, it hasn't always been fun. Corey, a lot of these guys, I can imagine your friends, your wives, your girlfriends, your pets are telling you to give up because it's just going straight down. But if you learn to cut losses, if you learn to manage those losses, look at this. Here's Steven. I like this with his profit graph where before he started to have the profits, you can see here his losses really started to minimize because he was just sick of losing and he learned to cut losses quicker. You need to get to a point where you are so sick of losing and you are so disgusted by the fact that you're going to have to put in time and then you're going to come out with less money in the end. So you're wasting time and you're wasting money. You need to get so thoroughly disgusted with that you are petrified to have a big loss. That is the point at which you start cutting losses much better. That is the point at which you protect your downside. That is the point at which you can really start to change and grow your account because you protect yourself first and then you worry about hitting a single or a double or a triple or a home run after. Too many people want home runs right away. They don't protect their blind side. That opens up the potential for loss. And they let small mistakes turn into potential big disasters because they don't know how to cut losses quickly. So first, you need to learn to cut losses quickly. First, you need to get used to the volatility. First, you need to practice again and again and again. And whether it takes, Steven Johnson, this was like a year and a half, or Ed, it was 3 years, it doesn't matter. You need to understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. So prepare for 6 months, prepare for 12 months, prepare for 36 months. Prepare for fucking 48 months. This is a skill that you will have for the rest of your life. And you can pass it down to your children and your grandchildren. No different than the way I'm trying to pass it down to you. But it is going to take time. And you are going to have to study. And that's why at least you have these guides. You have it easier than me. Okay? When I learned, it took me probably 7 or 8 years really before I valued my rules. I had my biggest loss 7 years in, 6 or 7 years in, because I did not know the rules. I didn't understand liquidity or volatility or protecting my downside or risk. I wanted the home runs. That was 7 years of confusion. Even though I made millions, I still did not know how to protect myself because there were no guides, because I wasn't teaching, because I never had a teacher. So even though you have to go through the grind and the hustle in 2018, if you take me up on this, is going to be a not so fun year while you're learning. But understand that this is the best time in history. This is the absolute most incredible time in the history of the world to learn because of these new tools. I'm making this video. I'm going to be able to post this video same day. You're going to be able to watch this video, hopefully take in the lessons, and purchase one of these newsletters or DVDs or multiple DVDs, and you're going to be able to start studying right away. And you're going to be able to cut down your learning curve. So all these people, Master Roshi has been in it like a year and a half. Ed was 3 years. Stephen was like a year and a half. Corey was, this is just a few months. This is actually amazing. Good job, Corey. John, this was like a year. Roland is like a year and a half. Tim Grattani, has been like 6 years, but it took him 9 months really to break even. All of these people were in the past, okay? You need to start to understand that if these people did it in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you can do it quicker because you have more knowledge than they did. You have access to more guides and more opportunity than they did. What they've done is already in the past. You have to think about the future. And right now the future is bright because of this technological revolution, because of the stock market hitting highs, because there are so many plays happening right now. Even if you don't want to trade real money, guess what? That's okay too. We have stocks to trade. You can try it for $1. Click this little link, okay? This is on Stocks to Trade. You can try it for $1 at first. This is a platform where you can practice with fake money. And they're also having a holiday sale. I'm sorry, I don't have good internet. You can see here how long it takes to load anything, okay? This is a must-use software. My team and I have worked our asses off on this. We make zero money on it, by the way. I've invested 7 figures into making this because I thought that you guys deserved a chance at software that can make it easier. A lot of my guides, you see me like going through like dozens of websites. Guess what? We put it all into Stocks to Trade. We've made it easier. That is the best part about this business for me, is that we're making education easier and we're making it more efficient. So when you look at charts like this, you know that, guess what? A, you can do it. B, you can do it quicker if you put in the right time, if you put in the right effort, if you take notes, and now you start taking advantage of all these trades. That's my spiel for today. I love seeing this. Many of you guys don't even see the exact charts. This is crazy where John has done this in a month and a half. Corey has done this in a month and a half. Stephen has done this in 2 months. And then Ed really, he started really banking. Everything started clicking the past 4 or 5 months. So I'm hyped up. I don't know if you can feel it. I'm like losing my voice. I'm freaking pumped up about 2018. I'm so excited. Again, if I've made my points, leave a comment underneath this video saying 2018 is my year. And you better fucking believe it and then do what it takes to get there. Again, I'll post a link to this holiday sale. It is ending soon. Please study up. Please get prepared. And I'll see you guys next year in 2018. Happy New Year.